I'm standing behind the counter of a busy diner in Los Angeles, the air thick with the smell of greasy burgers and burnt coffee, my hands trembling as I wipe down the sticky surface, my heart racing with the fear I can't shake. My name's Thalia, I'm 27, a waitress who's been running from her past for as long as she can remember. A past filled with bruises, screams, and a man I thought I loved but who nearly destroyed me. The diner is loud, with plates clattering, customers shouting orders, and the jukebox playing an old country song I've heard 1,000 times, its twang a reminder of the life I'm trying to escape. The walls are a faded yellow, covered in tacky posters of vintage cars, and the red vinyl booths are packed with regulars, their laughter a stark contrast to the panic I feel inside. I think about the way I got here, the way I fled my ex, Marcus, 30, after he put me in the hospital 2 years ago, the way I've been looking over my shoulder ever since. He'll find me a fear I live, a fear I breathe, a fear I can't escape. I think about Marcus's voice, the way he'd scream my name, the way he'd slam doors, the way he'd leave marks on my skin. I can't go back, a resolve I hold, a resolve I need, a resolve I'll question. I think about the nights I'd hide in the bathroom, the way I'd lock the door, the way I'd pray he'd pass out, I thought he'd kill me, a memory I carry, a memory I fear, a memory I'll never escape. I think about the day I left him, the way I packed a bag in the middle of the night, the way I ran to a shelter, the way I cried myself to sleep. I'll never be safe, a fear I felt, a fear I lived, a fear I'll carry. I think about the scars on my arm, the way they itch when I'm nervous, the way they remind me of him, he's still with me, a truth I face, a truth I hate, a truth I'll live. I think about the way I'd wake up screaming, the way I'd see his shadow in every corner, the way I'd jump at every loud noise. I'm still his prisoner, a reality I face, a reality I dread, a reality I'll live. I think about the way I'd clutch my phone at night, the way I'd search his name online, the way I'd fear he was closer than I thought. He's always there, a terror I feel, a terror I live, a terror I'll carry. I've been working at this diner for 6 months, my hands raw from scrubbing dishes, my feet aching from standing all day, my mind racing with the need to disappear, to start over, to be someone else. I think about the way I'd count my tips at the end of each shift, the way I'd hide the cash in a sock under my mattress, the way I'd dream of a new life. I need to get out, a desperation I feel, a desperation I live, a desperation I'll act on. I think about the way I'd watch the door, the way I'd flinch at every loud noise, the way I'd imagine Marcus walking in, he's coming for me, a paranoia I feel, a paranoia I live, a paranoia I'll carry. I think about the way I'd avoid mirrors, the way I'd hate the woman I saw, the way I'd feel his hands on me still, I'm not free, a truth I face, a truth I hate, a truth I'll live. That's when I met Brianna, 26, another waitress here, her blonde hair always in a messy bun, her laugh loud and carefree, her life so different from mine. She has everything I want, a jealousy I feel, a jealousy I act on, a jealousy I'll regret. Brianna's always talking about her dreams, her I'm saving up to move to New York, a plan I overhear, a plan I envy, a plan I steal. One night, after a long shift, I see her leave her purse on the counter, her wallet open, her driver's license and social security card right there. This is my chance, a thought I have, a thought I act on, a thought I'll pay for. I take them, my hands shaking as I slip them into my pocket, my heart pounding with guilt and desperation. I'm sorry, Brianna, a whisper I say, a whisper I mean, a whisper I ignore. I think about the moment I took her ID, the way I looked around the diner, the way I felt the weight of my decision, I'm doing this for me, a justification I hold, a justification I need, a justification I'll regret. I think about the way I stood there, the way I felt the diner's noise fade, the way I knew I was crossing a line, I can't turn back now, a decision I made, a decision I feared, a decision I'll regret. I think about the way I felt her ID in my pocket, the way it burned against my skin, the way I knew I was stealing a life, I'm a thief, a truth I face, a truth I hide, a truth I'll live. I quit the diner the next day, I can't stay here, a decision I make, a decision I need, a decision I'll regret. I use Brianna's identity to buy a bus ticket to New York, my hands trembling as I hand over her ID at the station, my mind racing with the fear of getting caught, my I'm almost free, a hope I cling to, a hope I need, a hope I'll lose. The bus ride is long, the seats hard, the air stale, but I feel a flicker of relief as I watch Lowe's angels disappear behind me. My I'm finally safe, a lie I tell myself, a lie I believe, a lie I'll learn. I arrive in New York, the city loud and chaotic, the streets packed with people, the skyscrapers towering over me, a new world I step into, a new life I claim, a new lie I live. I use Brianna's ID to rent a tiny apartment in Brooklyn. The walls thin, the radiator clanking, the rent barely affordable. My this is mine now, a victory I feel, a victory I steal, a victory I'll lose. I get a job at a small cafe in Manhattan, the air smelling of espresso and pastries, my hands steady as I pour coffee, my smile fake as I take orders. My I'm Brianna now a mantra I repeat, a mantra I live, a mantra I'll regret. The cafe is cozy, with wooden tables, string lights, and a chalkboard menu, the customers a mix of hipsters and tourists. Their chatter a background noise I welcome, a noise that drowns out my thoughts, a noise that can't drown out my guilt. I think about Brianna, the way I left her behind, the way I took her life, the way I justified it, my she'll be fine, a lie I tell myself, a lie I need, a lie I'll face. A few weeks into my new life, I meet Kyle, 29, a barista at the cafe, his dark hair messy, his smile warm, his "You're new here, right?" A question I answer, a question I like, a question I'll regret. We start talking, his laugh easy, his stories funny, his kindness a comfort I haven't felt in years. My he's different, a hope I feel, a hope I need, a hope I'll lose. We go on dates, walking through Central Park, sharing pizza in Times Square, watching movies in his tiny apartment. My I could love him, a thought I have, a thought I cherish, a thought I'll lose. It's a chilly evening in New York, 6 months after I stole Brianna's identity, and I'm walking home from the cafe, the air smelling of rain and exhaust, my hands stuffed in my coat pockets, my heart lighter than it's been in years. I'm Thalia, 27, but I've been living as Brianna, a new life I built in Brooklyn, a life I love, a life I'll lose. The streets are busy, with yellow taxis honking, pedestrians rushing past, and the glow of streetlights reflecting off wet pavement, a city I've grown to love, a city I feel safe in, a city I'll fear. I think about my day, the way Kyle smiled at me during our shift, the way he kissed me before I left, the way he said, "See you tomorrow, Brianna." My I'm so lucky, a thought I have, a thought I cherish, a thought I'll regret. I think about my new life, the friends I've made, the routine I've built, the peace I've found, my I finally did it, a victory I feel, a victory I stole, a victory I'll lose. I think about the way I've started to relax, the way I've stopped looking over my shoulder, the way I've let myself believe I'm free. My maybe I really escaped, a hope I hold, a hope I need, a hope I'll lose. I think about the way I've started to dream again, the way I've imagined a future with Kyle, the way I've let myself hope, my I can be happy, a dream I hold, a dream I cherish, a dream I'll lose. I think about the way I've started to smile, the way I've started to laugh, the way I've started to live. My I'm finally me, a lie I tell myself, a lie I believe, a lie I'll learn. I'm a block from my apartment when I see her, Brianna, the real Brianna, standing under a streetlight, her blonde hair loose, her eyes cold, her "you thought you could get away with it." A question that stops me, a question that terrifies me, a question I can't escape. She's 26, her face harder than I remember, her hands clenched into fists, her anger a storm I feel, a storm I caused, a storm I'll face. I freeze, my heart pounding, my breath shallow, my "how did you find me?" A whisper I say, a whisper I fear, a whisper I regret. She steps closer, her voice low, her "I lost everything because of you," a truth I hear, a truth I caused, a truth I'll pay for. She tells me how she lost her job at the diner, how her credit was ruined, how she had to move back in with her parents. Her "you stole my life," Thalia, an accusation I face, an accusation I deserve, an accusation I can't deny. I think about the way she must have felt, the way she opened her wallet to find her ID gone, the way she realized her life was falling apart. My I did that to her, a guilt I feel, a guilt I carry, a guilt I'll face. I think about the way she must have cried, the way she must have felt betrayed, the way she must have hated me. my I'm a monster, a realization I face, a realization I hate, a realization I'll live. I think about the way she must have sat in her childhood bedroom, the way she must have felt trapped, the way she must have planned her revenge. My, I created this, a truth I face, a truth I dread, a truth I'll live. I think about the moment I took her ID, the way I justified it, the way I told myself she'd be fine. My, I had no choice, a lie I told myself, a lie I believed, a lie I'll face. I think about Marcus, the way he'd hurt me, the way he'd hunt me, the way I had to run. My, I was desperate, a truth I hold, a truth I use, a truth I'll question. I even tried to contact Marcus last month, thinking I could tip off the police about his illegal activities to keep him away. My, if he's in jail, I'm safe, a plan I made, a plan I hoped for, a plan I'll regret. But Brianna interrupts my thoughts, her, I know you tried to snitch on your ex, a revelation that shocks me, a revelation that terrifies me, a revelation I can't escape. She tells me she found out through a mutual acquaintance in LA, her, you thought you could play dirty. A question I hear, a question I dread, a question I'll pay for. She says Marcus is looking for me now, her, he knows where you are, a threat I feel, a threat I caused, a threat I'll face. I think about Marcus finding me, the way he'd break down my door, the way he'd drag me back, the way I'd never escape, my I'm not safe anymore, a fear I feel, a fear I live, a fear I'll carry. I think about the way I'd hear his voice in my nightmares, the way I'd feel his hands on me, the way I'd never be free, my he'll never let me go, a terror I face, a terror I dread, a terror I'll live. I try to explain, my hands shaking, my I'm so sorry, Brianna, a plea I make, a plea I mean, a plea she rejects. She cuts me off, her eyes blazing, her you don't get to apologize, a rejection I hear, a rejection I feel, a rejection I deserve. She tells me she tracked me down through a credit card alert, her I'm not letting you get away with this, a threat I hear, a threat I fear, a threat I'll face. She demands money, $10,000 to cover what she lost, her pay me, or I'll ruin you, a blackmail I face, a blackmail I caused, a blackmail I can't escape. I think about my new life, the cafe, Kyle, the apartment, the peace I've found, my I can't lose this, a fear I feel, a fear I live, a fear I'll face. I tell her I don't have that kind of money, my voice trembling, my I'm barely getting by, a truth I say, a truth I mean, a truth she ignores. She smirks, her then I'll tell everyone who you really are, a threat I hear, a threat I dread, a threat I'll face. I think about Kyle, the way he looks at me, the way he trusts me, the way he loves me as Brianna, my he can't know, a panic I feel, a panic I hide, a panic I'll lose. I beg her to give me time, my hands clasped, my I'll find a way, a promise I make, a promise I need, a promise I'll break. She steps closer, her face inches from mine, her, you have 1 week, a deadline I hear, a deadline I fear, a deadline I'll miss. She turns to leave, her footsteps echoing on the pavement, her don't try to run again, a warning I hear, a warning I feel, a warning I'll ignore. I stand there, the rain starting to fall, the streetlights blurring through my tears, the city suddenly cold and hostile, my mind racing with fear, my heart racing with guilt, my life racing toward collapse. It's a rainy afternoon in New York, 1 week after Brianna confronted me, and I'm sitting in the cafe where I work, the air smelling of coffee and cinnamon, my hands trembling as I wipe down a table, my heart heavy with the dread I can't shake. I'm Thalia, 27, but I've been living as Brianna, a life I stole, a life I love, a life I'm about to lose. The cafe is quiet today, with only a few customers sipping lattes, the rain tapping against the windows, the string lights casting a warm glow, a warmth I can't feel, a warmth I'll lose, a warmth I don't deserve. I think about the past week, the way I've been scrambling to find money, the way I've been avoiding Brianna's calls, the way I've been lying to Kyle, my I can fix this, a lie I tell myself, a lie I need, a lie I'll face. I think about Kyle, the way he kissed me this morning, the way he said, you seem stressed, Brianna, the way I smiled and said, I'm fine. My I can't lose him, a fear I feel, a fear I hide, a fear I'll face. I think about the way I've been avoiding mirrors, the way I can't look at myself, the way I hate who I've become, my I'm a liar, a truth I face, a truth I hate, a truth I'll live. I think about the way I've been dreaming of Marcus, the way I wake up sweating, the way I check my locks twice at night, my he's coming for me, a fear I feel, a fear I live, a fear I'll carry. I think about the way I've been avoiding my phone, the way I've ignored unknown numbers, the way I've feared it's him. He's found me a terror I face, a terror I dread, a terror I'll live. I think about the way I've been trembling at work, the way I've dropped trays, the way I've felt eyes on me, I'm being watched, a paranoia I feel, a paranoia I live, a paranoia I'll carry. I'm pouring a coffee for a customer when I see her. Brianna, standing in the doorway, her blonde hair wet from the rain, her eyes cold, her time, up, Thalia, a declaration that stops me, a declaration that terrifies me, a declaration I can't escape. She's 26, her face a mix of anger and triumph, her hands holding a stack of papers, her presence a storm I feel, a storm I caused, a storm I'll face. I drop the coffee pot, the glass shattering on the floor, the sound loud in the quiet cafe, the customers staring, my pleas, not here a plea I make, a plea I mean, a plea she ignores. She steps forward, her voice loud, her this woman stole my identity, a truth she shares, a truth I caused, a truth I'll pay for. The customers gasp, their whispers a hum I hear, their what's going on? A question I can't answer, a question I can't face, a question I can't escape. Kyle comes out from behind the counter, his dark hair messy, his Brianna, what's she talking about? A question I dread, a question I can't answer, a question I'll lose. I look at him, my heart breaking, I can explain a lie I say, a lie I need, a lie he rejects. Brianna hands him the papers, her real name is Thalia, a truth he hears, a truth he sees, a truth he believes. The papers are copies of my real ID, my arrest record from years ago, my life before I became her, I'm so sorry, a whisper I say, a whisper I mean, a whisper he ignores. Kyle reads them, his face changing, his I knew something was off, a revelation that shocks me, a revelation that hurts me, a revelation I can't escape. He tells me he'd noticed inconsistencies in my stories. I was waiting for you to tell me the truth, a confession I hear, a confession I dread, a confession I'll regret. I think about the way I'd dodge his questions, the way I'd change the subject, the way I thought I was careful, he knew all along, a realization I face, a realization I hate, a realization I'll live. I think about the way he'd look at me sometimes, the way he'd pause when I spoke, the way I ignored the signs, I was so blind, a regret I feel, a regret I live, a regret I'll carry. Brianna smirks, she stole my life and now she's living yours, a truth she shares, a truth she uses, a truth I'll pay for. Kyle looks at me, his eyes cold, his I trusted you, a wound he inflicts, a wound I feel, a wound I'll carry. I try to explain, my hands shaking, I was running from my past, a truth I say, a truth I mean, a truth he rejects. I tell him about Marcus, the abuse, the fear, the need to escape. I had no choice, a justification I hold, a justification I use, a justification he ignores. He shakes his head, his you should have told me, a rejection I hear, a rejection I feel, a rejection I deserve. He turns to leave, his we're done, a finality I hear, a finality I dread, a finality I'll live. I watch him walk out, the rain blurring his figure through the window, the cafe suddenly empty, the customers staring, I've lost him, a reality I face, a reality I caused, a reality I'll live. I think about the way we'd laugh together, the way he'd hold me close, the way I felt safe with him, I'll never feel that again, a pain I feel, a pain I live, a pain I'll carry. Brianna stays, her presence a weight I feel, I'm not done with you, a threat I hear, a threat I fear, a threat I'll face. She tells me she's suing me, you'll pay for what you did, a promise she makes, a promise she means, a promise I'll face. She also says she posted about me online, everyone in New York knows what you did, a humiliation I hear, a humiliation I dread, a humiliation I'll face. She shows me her phone, a viral post on social media with my photo, calling me a thief, she's ruined me, a reality I face, a reality I caused, a reality I'll live. I think about the comments under the post, the way strangers called me a criminal, the way my coworkers shared it, the way I'll never escape it, I'm a pariah, a truth I face, a truth I hate, a truth I'll live. She hands me a legal notice, the paper cold in my hands, the words a blur through my tears, the consequences a reality I face, a reality I caused, a reality I'll live. I leave the cafe, the rain soaking through my coat, the city gray and cold, the streets empty, my mind racing with loss, my heart racing with shame, my life racing toward collapse. It's a quiet morning in April, 3 months after Brianna exposed me, and I'm sitting on the steps of my Brooklyn apartment building, the air smelling of spring and exhaust, my hands resting on my knees, my heart heavy with the weight of what I've lost, the weight of what I've done, the weight of what I've become. I'm Thalia, 27, a woman who stole another's identity to escape her past, a woman who built a new life, a woman who lost everything. The street is quiet, with only a few cars passing by, the brownstone buildings a familiar sight, the city a place I once loved, a place I now fear, a place I'll leave. I think about the way I got here, the way I stole Brianna's identity, the way I thought I could start over. I was so wrong, a realization I face, a realization I hate, a realization I live. I think about the way I used to walk these streets, the way I'd feel the city's energy, the way I'd imagine a future here. I thought I belonged, a dream I had, a dream I lost, a dream I'll never have. I think about the way I'd sit on these steps with Kyle, the way we'd share coffee in the morning, the way I'd feel safe in his arms. I'll never feel that again, a pain I feel, a pain I live, a pain I'll carry. I think about the way I'd watch the sunrise, the way I'd feel hopeful, the way I'd believe in a new start. I was so naive, a regret I feel, a regret I live, a regret I'll carry. I think about the way I'd hear children laughing nearby, the way I'd imagine a family, the way I'd dream of a life I'll never have. I've lost everything, a truth I face, a truth I dread, a truth I'll live. I lost my job at the cafe after Brianna's confrontation. The managers, "We can't keep you," a rejection I heard, a rejection I deserved, a rejection I'll carry. I've been working odd jobs since then, cleaning apartments, walking dogs, anything to pay the rent, my hands raw, my feet aching. I'm back where I started, a truth I face, a truth I hate, a truth I live. I think about my apartment, the tiny space I once loved, the walls now bare, the radiator still clanking. It's not home anymore, a reality I face, a reality I caused, a reality I'll live. I think about my friends, the ones who stopped calling, their "we can't trust you," a rejection I felt, a rejection I mourned, a rejection I deserved. I think about Kyle, the way he looked at me that day, the way he walked away, the way I'll never see him again. I loved him, a truth I feel, a truth I lost, a truth I'll carry. I think about the way I see him in my dreams, the way I wake up reaching for him, the way I cry into my pillow. I'll never move on, a pain I feel, a pain I live, a pain I'll carry. I think about the way I've stopped going out, the way I've deleted my social media, the way I've isolated myself. I can't face the world, a fear I feel, a fear I live, a fear I'll carry. I think about the way I've stopped smiling, the way I've stopped hopping, the way I've stopped living. I'm a shell, a truth I face, a truth I hate, a truth I'll live. I think about Brianna, the woman I wronged, the woman who hunted me, the woman who ruined me. Her "you'll pay for what you did" echoing in my head, her words a wound I carry, a wound I feel, a wound I'll never heal. She won the lawsuit last month. The judges, "You're ordered to pay $15,000, a verdict I heard, a verdict I deserved, a verdict I can't afford." I had to take out a loan. I'll be in debt for years, a reality I face, a reality I caused, a reality I'll live. I heard Brianna moved to Chicago. Her "I'm starting over," a rumor I heard, a rumor I envy, a rumor I'll use. But then I found out she didn't stop at the lawsuit. She contacted my old friends from LA. I told them everything, a betrayal I learned, a betrayal I dread, a betrayal I'll face. She sent messages to people I hadn't spoken to in years, telling them I was a thief, a liar, a fraud. She made sure I have nowhere to go, a realization I face, a realization I hate, a realization I'll live. I think about the way I stole her identity, the way I justified it, the way I thought she'd be fine. I was so wrong, a guilt I feel, a guilt I live, a guilt I'll face. I think about the way I've lost everything, the way I've become a ghost, the way I'll never be free. I'm trapped, a truth I face, a truth I hate, a truth I'll live. I know what I did was wrong. I shouldn't have done it, a confession I make, a confession I mean, a confession I'll live. I think about the moment I took her ID, the way I slipped it into my pocket, The way I told myself it was my only way out, I was desperate. A truth I hold, a truth I use, a truth I'll question. But even as I blame myself, even as I hate myself, even as I punish myself, I can't help but blame Brianna. She didn't have to ruin me, a resentment I feel, a resentment I hold, a resentment I'll carry. I think about her demands, the way she blackmailed me, the way she exposed me, the way she sued me, the way she turned my past against me. She was too cruel, a belief I hold, a belief I use, a belief I'll question. I stand up from the steps, the sun warm on my face, the city alive around me, the future uncertain, my past heavy, my present empty, my story unfinished but my pain real, my guilt real, my loss real.